Ramon says, I am a member of several Telegram groups for surgeons. The number of members ranges between 500 and 3,000 per group. Telegram seems able to support much larger group sizes than WhatsApp. So why is that? Meta has way more resources to support WhatsApp. One guy, he says, seems to be a Teams evangelist and wants to move one massive group to Teams because of superior chat functionality. How can it be possible that Teams has a better chat experience than Telegram in any dimension except security? Ben and Andrew, as current Teams users, you must have some insight here. So several layers to this question from
I mean, I think this question speaks to some of the challenges. We use Teams, as I've noted, basically as an organizational base. We have little like workflows for our podcasts, and we share files, and it's like
we would not use it for chat function.
We don't use it for chat because it sucks at chat. I mean, to be totally honest, I mean I've always emphasized this point. Like I think Teams is a good product and sucks at chat, which captures why it's a more compelling product to me than Slack, where Slack is better at chat and sucks at everything else, like organizing your sort of business and things along those lines, at least in my experience. So yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to endorse Teams here. I, by and large, don't like casual groups in, like there's a group I've been in for years and years in Slack. And honestly, I've kind of fallen out of the group in large part just because I just don't open Slack. Like for me, Slack is work. I have like, we also use Slack. We're small. We don't have that many seats. We can afford to pay for all that. We pay for Teams and for Slack. But to me, Slack's work. It's not for like sort of chat. I think one of the things Telegram has been very good at, when you're operating at this level, you're operating more at a broadcast level, which is you're by definition, you're addressing hundreds of people. And I think Telegram has done a lot more work around having robust broadcast functionality, and like whether that be who can reply, who can't, and like much more sort of admin controls in that layer. Whereas WhatsApp is been, I think, consistently focused on the group chat where you're talking like 10 people, right? Like something on those lines. And I think their functionality is much better than like iMessage, for example. I'm not a heavy Telegram user. I think most people who, like most people, my exposure to Telegram is primarily these sort of broadcast channels that we'll sort of check in on. So I don't want to get too far over my skis, other than to note that I think the use case here is totally different. Yes, it's all chat, but I don't consider 500 to 3,000 people a group chat. I consider that a broadcast channel.
Ask, are you a member of any of those like 100, 300, 400 person people, 400 person chats on WhatsApp? Because I don't see the appeal of that.
Yeah. No, there's like, I've been added to some larger group chats, and either I drop out or I just mute them and then forget to check them for months on end. To me, the achieving notification level for me, that's like a sacred sort of spot. See, I have, someone helps check my email. Like you mentioned, you're the first layer as far as reading sort of feedback to the mailbag. And I think that people can sort of appreciate, like, one of the challenges of this job is hundreds of thousands of people know who I am, and I don't know any of them. Like, it's a very sort of asymmetrical sort of relationship, and that is a tough thing to manage. And so for me, if you have, if we're on a chat sort of basis, that is a one-to-one connection, and I have to manage that, because my number one priority in life in general is writing good daily updates and recording good podcasts. It's not chatting sort of endlessly, sort of be in that level. And honestly, one of the worst impressions someone can drop on me is someone will get my phone number and cold message me. And it's like, dude, you're starting so far behind the eight ball. That is a real violation to me of, like, that's what email is for. Email is like I can't guarantee I'll respond, but that I have a system set up to handle things coming in sort of right in that direction. And I put my email on the website, right? That's the reason it's there. I don't put my phone number on the website. And now, obviously, I don't want to overstate it. I don't want to sound like I'm a jerk here. There's just a reality on the internet of there's a very asymmetric level of sort of conversation in that regard. All that to say is I avoid things that give me too many notifications. The group chats I'm in are enough, believe me. So I don't know. Like there's
and I'm glad to hear that Telegram has a different functionality where it's more of a broadcast service.
Yeah, again, I don't want to overstate it. Yeah, I don't want to overstate because I don't use Telegram a ton, but that's sort of my impression, and what I've seen develop by and large are more broadcast channels on Telegram. And where it was really big in crypto in this regard. I think you get, there's also a sort of Discord ties into this, and what this all gets back to, actually. Mm-hmm. I'm already laughing at this one. It speaks to the extent to which the FTC does not understand technology.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember this whole case?
Is yours.
They have a case against Facebook that Facebook has monopolized social networking, and they have to exclude all these services. And actually, the reality is there's no larger market than social networking because we're humans and we love to talk to other humans. That's what we love most of all. And it turns out there's space for so many different services that cater to so many different needs. And honestly, people are still spinning them up. And there's still things I would like in different services that would be better at specific sort of use cases or sort of outcomes.
What kind of takes are flying around a 500-person group chat of surgeons? So Ramon, email in and let us know. Like, are you guys trading war stories all day? Are there surgery memes we don't know about? How active are the chats? Hopefully not too active, since you guys are all in surgery every day. But either way, I need more details from Ramon. But yes, continue your point on the FTC and their misguided assault on Meta.
Yeah, this idea that the only social networking is Facebook and Instagram and nothing else exists. It's like it's absurd. Like there's so much social networking and there's more all the time, and there's like an insatiable appetite for this space. And the fact that Telegram exists and WhatsApp exists and iMessage exists and Discord exists and Slack exists and Teams exists and Snap, like it's a no. The question of monetization certainly is a different one. But that's an issue about ads and ad networks and scale and things we've talked about. The market offerings and future potential for social networking is basically unlimited. And by the way, that's why you should look at Apple's lockdown of the contact list with is that actually a good thing?